Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
No, I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel
big. Yeah, I like Terence. But I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight, and, you know, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. But I want Canelo to win. And he can win for sure. But Terence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him. And I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
Good fight. You know, if 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique, because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
What makes Crawford so difficult to fight against?
People just can't stop talking about how Terence Crawford's body has transformed into a powerhouse as he gears up for his potential fight with Canelo Alvarez. Renowned boxing trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas spoke with Fight Hub TV about the possible mega bouts between the two stars. He admitted that facing the American southpaw would be a tough challenge. Not many people are willing to push themselves like that, but Crawford does, Atlas said. I wouldn't ever want to fight that guy. Maybe time will catch up with him, but I don't think any weight class will.
Canelo Alvarez thinks you're not a 54-pounder. In other words, you say, nah, he's too small.
That's his take. There's a reason why Israel was so respectful in the fight. Anytime I let my hands go, he would grab me or move. For the bigger guy, you should have been walking me down. You should have been bullying me. Canelo can say, what do you say?
He just doesn't feel like you're a 54-pounder. He believes
it's a huge challenge because Canelo is a great fighter, bigger, stronger, with power and excellent timing. But since Crawford is the smaller man, he'll come up with a strategy that forces Canelo to work harder and adapt. As Terence Crawford prepares for his planned super middleweight showdown with Canelo Alvarez this September, the odds are firmly stacked against him, and that's exactly how he likes it. Heading into the ring against the Mexican powerhouse, Crawford will need to overcome a significant strength disadvantage. For the first time in his 17-year professional career, Crawford is entering as the betting underdog. That's often the case when a future Hall of Famer moves up to weight classes to take on a fellow all-time great and four-division champion like Alvarez. Still, based on tape, Crawford seems to match up surprisingly well. Standing at 5'8", he'll enjoy a half-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach edge. Although he's 3 years older than Alvarez at 37, Crawford has fought in 25 fewer bouts and logged 263 fewer rounds, meaning he may be the fresher fighter overall.
Every time I see him, he'll come and be like, Canelo.
You know, yeah, you know how Billy do it too, yeah.
Every time, I'll be like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
So every time he say that, you know, I just be like gradually getting into like looking at him, like, okay. And he's not that big. You know, he heavy, but he not that big.
Right.
You know, and I'm just like, all right. I'm laughing, but at the same.
As Terence Crawford prepares for his planned super middleweight showdown with Canelo Alvarez this September, the odds are firmly stacked against him, and that's exactly how he likes it. Heading into the ring against the Mexican powerhouse, Crawford will need to overcome a significant strength disadvantage. For the first time in his 17-year professional career, Crawford is entering as the betting underdog. That's often the case when a future Hall of Famer moves up to weight classes to take on a fellow all-time great and four-division champion like Alvarez. Still, based on tape, Crawford seems to match up surprisingly well. Standing at 5'8", he'll enjoy a half-inch height advantage and a 4-inch reach edge, although he's 3 years older than Alvarez at 37. Crawford has fought in 25 fewer bouts and logged 263 fewer rounds, meaning he may be the fresher fighter overall.
All the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that.
It's not my job to stop him. I just need to beat him, Terence Crawford told The Ring in an extended and exclusive interview. I'm not going in there hoping to knock Canelo out. Could it happen? Sure. When talking about Canelo Alvarez, Crawford said, he's a smaller big guy. He's moved up the weight divisions because the bigger guys are slower. They might land something on him, but he's able to see it coming at the last second. Even if they hit him clean, he can roll with the shot or turn with it. That's because he came from a lighter, faster division. I came from a smaller weight class too, but it was smarter and quicker. Crawford recently posted a snapshot of a scale showing a weight of 186 pounds. When asked how much he actually weighed at the time, he laughed and said 100.
I respect Crawford. He's a great fighter, and I always say that no disrespect to him, but sometimes it's a little crazy that people talking about a small fighter like Charlo. He's big, which he is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face Crawford.
He's not a machine, he's a person, just like me. He bleeds just like I do, said Crawford. I'm not going into the fight thinking, oh, I can't hurt this guy. But I'm also not going in there trying to knock him out. I'm going to fight my fight, and if the knockout comes, I'll take it. Canelo Alvarez has only 2 career losses, one to Floyd Mayweather in 2013, when Canelo was still a rising prospect, and the other to Dimitri Bivol in 2022. Many believe Terence Crawford has a fighting style similar to Mayweather's, so if Canelo can beat Crawford, it could be seen as a sign of how much he's evolved as a fighter since that early loss.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you.
In an interview with Boo, former world champion Barry McGuigan was asked about the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight. He responded bluntly, I think Crawford needs to regain his hitting power and timing.
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, but largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
I'm the best. That's why. That's why everybody gonna come and watch September 12th.
All right, bud. Good luck on September 12th.
Thank you.
He's an old-school fighter with excellent timing, Barry McGuigan said. Like Sugar Ray Robinson, he makes you miss before quickly counter-attacking, but to counter Canelo's power from the start, Crawford must move swiftly in and out of the striking range and avoid staying in one spot for too long. McGuigan also emphasized that Crawford will need to be smart in the fight and avoid any costly mistakes. Canelo thrives on trading punches early, but Crawford won't engage in that with him. Instead, he'll be as evasive and elusive as possible, to avoid getting drawn into a slugfest battle that wouldn't play to his strengths.
Disrespectful for Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
It's crazy when you ask him about that, because you say, your Machado is coming out of the other weight classes and he's welterweight, so don't make sense. But if the fight made sense, why not?
A lot of people have him at number 1.
And you can see the same tendencies that Canelo has now, but he's a lot older now. But I just think that Terence has more skills than Lara, and I think he can do more. And you're saying that, Canelo
smart, he knows what he's doing. Canelo, he's not that big of a guy. He obviously weighs more, but you can't take nothing from Crawford. He goes in there to win. So I feel like it'd be a good fight. It sucks that my brother didn't get the opportunity, but only Canelo knows why it didn't happen. And you just gotta keep moving forward. Gotta keep moving forward. But it's gonna be a good fight to watch. I got Crawford on this one. The thing with him,
When you see Canelo fading, you step on the gas and trade punches with him. But Canelo knows exactly how to handle that, Barry McGuigan recently stated. He also mentioned that Tim Bradley used his influence to push Canelo Alvarez into giving Terence Crawford the fight he's been seeking. At 37, Crawford is eager for the matchup but has struggled to secure it because he hasn't put in the effort to defeat the top fighters at 168 and 175 pounds. Bradley is urging Canelo, the unified super middleweight champion, not to back down from fighting Crawford. Some say Canelo gains little from this fight. Instead, it's seen as a way for Crawford to earn his golden parachute, a final big payday that would allow him to retire comfortably and enjoy his golden years in a luxurious Beverly Hills home.
Canelo versus who?
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight tonight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there, so that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see.
Come for strong guy, man, technique. You already know. If you ever wrestled before, the person that got better technique usually win. It don't matter how much the weight they have or what they're carrying around. It's the technique. Crawford knows how to take care of himself on the inside.
Crawford showed he's reached the limit of his ability to move up divisions after looking terrible in his latest fight on August 3rd against the 154-pound champion, Israel Madov. Terence appeared aged during the bout and spent most of the fight struggling against Madov's right hand. After that performance, Canelo, why would you want to face Crawford? Don't avoid this after all. You already backed out of the Benavidez fight. Tim Bradley recently stated on his YouTube channel that he doesn't care about public opinion, or the fact that he didn't take the fight. You're touring Mexico and clearly don't mind what people say about you not stepping up. Make a fight with Crawford, that's the matchup everyone wants to see, and it would give Crawford the opportunity to prove his greatness to you and the world. Bradley said this.
Terence Crawford, based off his last performance with the Cuban William School, how do you think Canelo things are going to play out for Canelo come September 13 against Terence Crawford?
I think Canelo is the favorite of this fight. It's still a big than Crawford, and I don't know Crawford. How is Crawford now? It's my age, 39. And his last performance don't look good, so I pick Canelo in the.
Yeah, any advice you can?
He knows how to smother. He knows how to tie up. He knows how to rough guys up. He knows how to turn guys. He understands weight distribution, man. You know, not only that, the only way that I see Canelo beating Crawford is he got to knock him out. And when
Bud versus Canelo, who you pick? I'm gonna go for Crawford, because then when he beats, let's say he beats Canelo, and I get ammunition, so when I fight him, and I beat Crawford, beat Canelo. You know what I mean? Respect and BK all day, 718, what up? You heard? Yo, Jacob.
Everyone keeps talking about weight. They say, oh, he's going to knock him out. But when was the last time Canelo actually knocked someone out? You can stop with that. People claim Canelo will knock Crawford out, but Canelo and Crawford are about the same height. Canelo, who stands 5'8", started his career at 147 pounds. Bradley pointed out that Canelo isn't a natural 168-pounder like Crawford. Terence, now 37, is noticeably bigger, stronger, and more skilled. In fact, Terence barely got past miserable Israel Adamov in his 154-pound debut last August. Fans have a valid point. The Nebraska native seems too small and old to move up 14 pounds to 168 and take on Canelo for his unified titles. Timothy Bradley's viewpoint isn't widely shared among boxing fans, and as a result, he and others who back Terence Crawford have faced plenty of criticism.
Canelo, Crawford, what do you think and how is sparring with each guy?
Anytime you spar with elite level guys, you learn something from them, and you gain experience. I've been in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, as you said. I've been in the ring with Lanny Laura. I've been in the ring with Triple G. I've been in the ring with Adrian Broner. I've been in the ring with Daniel Jacobs. I've been in the ring with Caleb Flynn.
Crawford is the most violent force in boxing. And I don't think he's big enough to match with Canelo Alvarez, but I think he'd love to have a chance to prove it. Terence Crawford has gotten a lot of credit for what he's done, and he deserves it. The performance against Spence was spectacular. I told everybody Terence Crawford's pound for pound #1. Most journalists and writers in the sport have ranked Terence Crawford pound for pound #1. 2 days ago, I said...
Many experts have already predicted how the fight will unfold, and veteran commentator Jim Lampley recently shared his thoughts on the upcoming event with Chris Mannix. Lampley discussed how Alvarez improved after his loss to Mayweather, praising Canelo's counterpunching skills and his ability to absorb punishment. He holds the Mexican fighter's achievements in high regard but predicts that Canelo will suffer another loss before retiring. When asked if that prediction includes the bout against Crawford, Lampley confirmed it does while also giving credit to Bud.
Canelo Alvarez, how do you feel about not being pound for pound #1 anymore? He looked at me with a blank expression and said, what are you talking about? I'm still pound for pound #1. There's a 21-pound weight gap there. Terence Crawford's a 147-pound fighter. I'm sure he'd go as high as 160. Can he get Canelo Alvarez to come down from 68 to 60 to fight him? I don't know. I'm not sure that Canelo would give